Hey, hello and welcome. Here is Klara Adalena, Dr. Klara Adalena, with epic pleasure and lasting love. Welcome to this masterclass on the 5 shifts smart, conscious, successful business women use to get an amazing partner for life. Who is this for? Are you in the right place here? This is for any smart, conscious, successful woman in business, science, or corporate land who is nearing 40 and wants a partner and family, with epic pleasure and lasting love included. So if this is you, you are in the right place. And this is for you when you are really successful in life and work, but stuck in dysfunctional love cycles, but are ready to change that and step into a new life for yourself. This is for you then, who is really up to receive and be loved, respected and adored. Is that you? Then do stay. There is so much here for you. For in the next 60 minutes, you will learn why this is the best moment in your life to start a relationship. And you can let this moment be the start of a delicious, conscious relationship with an amazing partner. Don't believe any of the myths that the 20s was a better time to get a relationship. Actually, in your 30s is the best, and you will learn why. You will learn how to get what you want in love and how to stop wasting months or even years on a man who won't commit. No more of that for you. And you will learn to find a home of love, to create a home of love for yourself, for your family, your future family. And never again will you have to get into any of those nasty, addictive and dysfunctional love patterns. All of that you will get here, plus how to get fulfilling intimacy, heart connection within a sustainable relationship. So that you can really create that nest where you can welcome your kids and where you would be, so proud and so happy that this is what you really want to have your kids to grow up in. And how to create a relationship with high quality interaction, real, raw, restoring integrity, so that your own relationship becomes a true place for mutual evolution. And finally, how to create and sustain a relationship that keeps its sparkles year after year after year, and that supports you to live in the place of fulfilling your mission. So this will we cover, and my promise to you is that you will get the 5 shift strategy that I use with my mentees to get them an amazing man and lasting love. This has proven itself so successful, and I'm so excited to be sharing it with you here in the masterclass. And just, there's a chat box here beneath the screen. Say yes if you're excited too about learning this 5 shift strategy to get you all these things I was talking about. Yeah, yes, raining yeses here. Thank you, you're in the right place. So to look at that shift, does this sound like you? Does your career not motivate you anymore like it used to? And are you suddenly taken by a huge desire to get a partner and start a family? Maybe you hadn't had that before, but suddenly now it's here and it's not to be denied. And do you find that you are settling for partners who are not your ideal fit? And somehow, instead of going for the man that you actually desire and deserve, you find yourself running away from them. Do you have friends who keep telling you, it should be easy for you to find a partner? But the truth is that it is not at all easy for you, and you sometimes just wake up in the night lonely, ashamed, and desperate. And do you find yourself obsessing over not finding this right man? And does it really start to disrupt your life, your health, your sleep, your energy levels maybe, your work, or your social life? You're not alone if this is happening to you. And you will learn how to move out of it here. But is it really you who sees your friends starting families and happy marriages, but having no idea how they are doing it or where you can learn to do the same? And do you see yourself just being caught in codependency, in lack of engagement, fear, blaming, drama, and other, negativity that you are so aware doesn't fit your lifestyle as a successful businesswoman? And you're really so, ready to move out of that and not seeing why it keeps coming back. And is something in you confused and maybe even secretly ashamed that you who has it so much together at work has your love life in such a mess? And do you know deep inside that you cannot sustain this loneliness much longer, but you're clueless as to how to change it? So bring it all together. Do you feel like there's an invisible barrier between you and love? Well, then I have surprising news for you. Because actually, all these things we spoke about, including the barrier, is not the real problem. It's not an issue. It's not something to deal with. The only thing you have to focus on is the 5 shifts, and I'll be telling you all about them here. Because that is your only problem. You haven't made yet the 5 shifts. And until you make the 5 shifts, you are stuck in all of that black, yucky. But when you get these 5 shifts, your reality will be so different. And I want really to show you that and empower you to really believe and know and trust that with these 5 shifts you can quickly change out of this nest, this negative that you are in now. And once you make it out, once you make those 5 shifts, you will regain power over your life and manifest also in your personal life with ease and grace. Manifest the partner you want, the relationship you want, and the family you want. And you'll wake every morning in a home filled with love and tender passion, and go to your work with your heart brimming with love. Maybe just close your eyes a moment and feel that home filled with love and tender passion, where you start your day and where you come back to at night. To some deep, beautiful conversation with your man, sitting close, eye-gazing, discovering more about yourself, about him, about life, all held in love. This will be there for you. And you will go through your day relaxed, knowing that a great man is holding you back, and that you will be able to achieve so much more and with so much ease because of his confidence in you and his support in how you are building your life and future together. And if you make these shifts, quicker than you think, you'll be looking back and realizing there never was an invisible barrier. And you will be living in love, together with an amazing man and your child faster than you ever thought possible. And you'll do all of this while tapping back into the joy and innocence of when you first fell in love. Remember that sweet innocence? It's still here, and with the 5 shifts, you're going to find it back. So this is huge, right? From the darkness that you were in to this light. And I want to tell a bit more about myself so that you can see where I come from and where these 5 shifts come from. Because I'm known as a world-known breakthrough mentor for women, Klara Adalena, Dr. Klara Adalena. My PhD I earned in theoretical physics, and it was an awesome time, and I'm glad that I'm now doing really the work of my soul and my heart. And I've been initiated into a tradition of the goddess, 1,000-year-old tradition. And, it's been in the Mediterranean, in Greece, it's been in Hawaii. It's this old wisdom of the feminine, of love and of abundance. And it is that what we are tapping back into here, and which will be the biggest shift of all. So I'm really excited to bring you that here. And with my work, my clients, I see them creating great relationships and finding fulfillment and happiness, while also rocking their career. And that's what I want to have for you too. The ability to do both and not having to choose between mind or heart, but knowing you can have it all. And my specialty is helping professional women like you in their 30s find the love of their life and beat the biological clock. So that is the space where I'm coming from, and with so much love and dedication, I'm here with you, for you, to show you these 5 shifts that will change the whole story of love and love life and relationships. So the first shift, reclaim your goddess. And I'll say exactly what I mean by that. But I think you have a sense of it. Reclaiming your goddess, your gorgeousness, your awesomeness, your embodiment of the sacred. As women, we carry the sacred in ourselves, and we are a source of love. And I want you to remember that, to know that in every cell, on every date. And that will shift everything. But to get that, you have to see that, what has made you so successful in business has actually been this very same thing that so far has been keeping you unhappy in love. And we really need to address that to get you out of that split and get you happy in both. And when you do that, great partners just start popping out of the sidewalk, raining down from the sky. And you'd better get ready. And that is what these shifts are, to meet this man when he actually crosses your path. But if you don't get this goddess shift, you stay stuck in that dysfunctional relationship that you know too well, in addictive love patterns, in negativity, wrong guys, that give you a boost for a moment, but leave you feeling even more lonely and hungry and humiliated. So we really want that not for you. So here, the shift. What you have to see, that when we were born as girls, we were wounded in our feminine essence right away. For a few of us, we had the bad luck to really be wounded ourselves. More often, it was our mother or a grandmother or somebody in our matrilineal lineage. How do you say that? There is pain, there is wounding in our lineage, in the feminine lineage. And the effect of that is, now that we as girls have so much opportunities, we turn away from the feminine and we turn towards the masculine. Now, turning towards the masculine is awesome. We become those free spirits who become great achievers, who enjoy the mind and success and everything they can create and achieve. But what happens is, after a certain time, and probably you are hitting that point now, you find the success is not exhilarating anymore. It becomes normal. And because of that, the wound on the feminine that you have been hiding all the time comes through. And you feel it as a raging, painful emptiness at the pit of your stomach. And it just breaks through into your awareness, and it's hell. But it's there for a reason. Because actually it's calling you home. As a woman, we need to rest in our feminine. We're free to explore the masculine, of course, but from a place of resting in our nature of the feminine. So this pain is actually calling you home, calling you to live your sacred feminine, live your goddess, embrace your goddess. Come home to the love that is the essence of who you are. And do you see how from that place the whole relationship thing shifts? Because you're not looking for love outside yourself. You're first finding that love is your essence. Who? And because women in their 30s are ready to make these shifts and actually do the work, go into the dark depths to find that sacred feminine, That is what makes them such attractive partners. And that is why I say this is the best moment ever to start a relationship. Men want nothing more than a woman who has reclaimed her goddess power and is at ease and free within that. If you worry about your goddess power, that will scare him away. But if you rest in it, he will love it. So the goddess is your essence as a woman, your feminine essence. It's who you are, and there's a lot of love in there. There's a lot of connection. There's a lot of creativity. There is a lot of cycles going on. It never stays the same. It's not an essence that you can grab and pinpoint. It's always moving. That's the feminine. And it's sacred because it's so pure, so beautiful, so true, so honest. Such love. Your core, your goddess. Now, when I work with my mentees in the 8-week journey, we really go deep into this, and with a whole series of meditations, women actually awaken that full goddess power within their own bodies so that they can tap into it wherever they are, because it's in their own body. But for here, I want to give you a little taste of it, something you could just do for your first date. So remember, when you go on a first date, don't spend any more time worrying about what you will wear or what you will say or what you will drink or anything of that. Men don't care at all about these things. What they do care about very, very much, are you in integrity and in alignment with your goddess? Do you know that inner goddess in yourself? Have you broken through the limitations of our culture and really found that wider, more sacred, more enduring, more real, more loving presence in yourself? And are your actions in alignment and in integrity with this bit of you? That is what they will feel. And from that place of being in integrity with your goddess self, you are light, you are love. And man just come to you like flies to the honey, bees to the honey. That is the space where I want you to be, and where you can come. Every woman, whether you see yourself as pretty or attractive or not, all not relevant anymore. This is more relevant. Reclaim your goddess. So how you use this before a date, like 1 hour before you leave or something like that, you awaken a new experience in your own body. And you do that by really connecting to the earth. We can just do it quickly now. Breathe out. Feel the earth beneath you. Rest your pelvis. Yeah. Place your hands on your lower belly, beneath the belly button, over your womb. Yeah. And feel the warmth of your hands in your womb. Yeah. Bringing your womb alive. Connecting your womb with the earth. Yeah. Feel how solid that is. And from this solidity, feel yourself merging with something bigger. Something peaceful. Something serene. Something sacred. Something very, very feminine. And that is your core. This is your goddess. And maybe you feel it now, or maybe you can just feel some of us here in this virtual circle tapping into it. Yeah. Something is shifting in the energy. That is where the goddess lives. And as we are with this goddess, we can actually do a little exercise with it. From this place, see the lineage of women behind you. Yeah. And send a smile from your womb. Yeah, a smile from your womb. Send that through that lineage. Yeah. And see how it lightens up that whole line. And then feel back into your body and feel it's different. Maybe you feel more light, more grace, more relaxed, more feminine. Now this is a little exercise to free your feminine potential using the goddess energy. And when you do that, you move differently to your date. And on your date, what you do is you keep listening back to this part that you have awakened, connecting again to the earth, to your womb, having the two of them connect. Oh yeah, that's why they are. Am I still listening to her? What is she saying? Am I still honoring her? When you do these things, when you honor her, she starts to guide you. When you listen to her, she starts to speak to you. And all her messages will be around how you can be the love and how you can receive pleasure, and through that attract the man who truly resonates with you on every level: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. So when you do this, be amazed as you see miracles starting to happening around you. And the man that you never even thought existed, or you thought they were all married or gay, suddenly they show up and they're available. That's the magic of the goddess. And as you reclaim your goddess and you unleash this power in the first shift, it's going to be yours. And just imagine a moment how different your love life will be. And it is accessible, I tell you. I do this with the women in the program. You will be meeting few of them later in this masterclass. It's being done, and it's being done in a matter of weeks, honestly. This is one of those women, Adalena. She already worked with me longer ago. And, she really was working on reclaiming her goddess power. And then came a moment when she felt, yeah, I'm ready. And she went on an online dating site. Within a month, suddenly this one guy showed up. And she was like, oh, Klara, I think this is him. And they met somewhere. She brought her drum with her, interestingly enough. And she saw him, and her whole body was like, yeah. Her heart opened, her yoni opened, her soul opened. And she just knew, this is the father of my children. And that very same night, from that same goddess place, she told him, I want to have children with you. And you hear that? It came from this place of power, from the divine, the sacred feminine. And the guy loved it. When it comes from a place of neediness, of controlling, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be with you because I need to know first, I want children, you too. That scares them off. But it's not the children that scares them off. Do you get that? It's the way you're handling it. Adalena was truly in her goddess power, and then you can say anything as long as it is in alignment with your goddess. So that is some of the magic that starts happening when you reclaim your goddess. And Adalena found this wonderful relationship. Oops, that was a bit too fast. Held in love, adored, cherished, sacred, beyond ego needs. Some of the words she uses for her relationship. And they're having 2 beautiful daughters now. The second shift, return to love. Because let's be honest, as we sit here, we have been hurt in love, right? Just give me a yes in the chat box. Yeah, I know. We all know. There's no use pretending. But what we often don't face is that as we have been hurt, that wound of abandonment or of neglect or, whatever, humiliation, what happened to you, it connected to that original wound on the feminine, making it go even deeper and making your heart close even more. Effect, you walk through life with a closed heart. So if you're looking at the missing piece of the puzzle, what makes it that love eludes you while it does knock on the doors of your neighbors and of your friends? Well, it is you and that heart of yours that is closed. As long as your heart is closed, that amazing goddess love at your core cannot flow freely towards who needs it, towards your man. And then he cannot recognize you. The heart recognizes the heart. That's how we find each other. So it's really time to shift that, to return to love, shift to, open your heart and surrender to the love that is your very essence. Now, negative beliefs have come to reinforce the wound and the closing of the heart. Beliefs like there's no good man out there, and I cannot have both a career and a family life. All BS stories. We don't have to believe them, but somehow we hold on to them. They have been created as we closed our hearts. So shift 2 is really about shifting those beliefs as well as opening your heart. And then love gets a chance. But if you don't do this, there is no chance for love. And you just keep hiding and, even worse, seeking man who will seduce or force your heart open. Because nobody can live with an open heart, with a closed heart for very long. It's painful. And if we cannot open it ourselves, will not, then what do? Unconsciously, we start seeking the kind of man who do it for us. But that's never a healthy deal, and it always involves seduction and or force, ending to later disrespecting of your boundaries in the relationship. So see, when our heart is closed, that just calls in all these nasty mess stuff that actually we don't want at all. Betrayal, broken relationships, all of that. So get this shift, return to love and surrender, receive and be vulnerable. And then it all shifts. So I want you to really see how this one shift, returning to love, changes all that negativity into a beautiful heart connections. So now with this shift in 1 and 2, we're already in a very different land as we're looking for a man. And that brings us to the third shift, radical ownership and mutual growth. No longer can we put it all on our partner. It's your fault. You are too late. Now I'm angry. It's your fault. No, that is not good enough. The present relationships are very conscious, very authentic. We're seeking for true connection with both of our souls can evolve. That doesn't happen when we make it unsafe by blaming the other. The only thing that works now is fully, radically owning your feelings, thoughts, and action, even if the other is late. Okay, so how can I own this? How can I own it? Have I been clear in what time I wanted him to be back? Have I been clear in how important it is for me, for him to be home at that time? Why didn't I follow that hunch that I had to send him a little text message? Why didn't I do that? That's the kind of inquiry that follows from radical ownership. And it does not mean that I am now taking all the blame on me. Certainly not. Because as I take radical ownership, so does my partner. That's the beauty. And just as intensely as I am looking at how can we make this better, so is he looking at how can we make this better. How did I do this? Why did I come too late? I wanted to be here the whole day. What did I do? Where did I allow myself to get sucked into something? Oh, wow, that's it. Wow, I need to talk about this with you. I want to be so open with you so that you can see me in everything that is happening for me. See a very different dynamic. That's the third shift you need to make. And again, in the training program, the mentee program, I can tell you all about it. For now, remember, it is fully owning not only your actions, but also your thoughts and your feelings. Even my thoughts, oh, you look sad today. That's my thought. I own it. It says something about me, not about you. That's radical ownership. So no longer good enough to have that mindset that it's all your partner's fault. Time to upgrade it all. And when you do that, what you get is mutual evolution. When you keep blaming it on the other, we all retract into our safe space and the relationship does not evolve. We marry, and at that point we set something in stone and we just have to adapt for it forever, or we divorce. Which is terrible, of course. But when you take this shift and radical ownership, then you create safety, authenticity, and from that space, mutual evolution starts happening. Both of you evolve spiritually through being in the relationship. That is what I want for you and what becomes possible through shift 3, radical ownership. And not only mutual evolution, also mutual growth and mutual healing. No need to pay any expensive coaches anymore. I mean, if you want to, go ahead and do it, but you won't need them. In your own relationship, you have crafted it for yourself. So a quick recap of the 3 shifts. Reclaim your goddess. Root into a bigger vision of who a woman is. And from that place of love and abundance, start looking for a man and meet him. Return to love. Open your heart again, as if you were never hurt. And take radical ownership of the relationship and everything that happens in it. And find mutual growth so that the two of you keep expanding and the relationship keeps growing with you. The best guarantee for a sustainable relationship, radical ownership, growing with you. So feel that with these 3 shifts, we're already in a very new land, exciting land, conscious relationship land, the land where you want to home your own relationship. And that brings us to the 4th shift, what I call the healthy romance and relationship triad. And this is really a way of looking at relationships, where we kind of look at it as 3 things that really need to happen to have healthy romance and relationship. That's why I call it a triad. First, we need the goddess. I already spoke about her. And what does the goddess give us? Confidence, a high energy level, positive energy. She brings us being embodied and empowerment in our feminine selves. So that's the place from where you want to enter the relationship. But that by itself, and the open heart, and the radical ownerships, they're like values, like principles we need to adhere to, but it doesn't yet give you the tools to manage from day to day, minute to minute, your relationship. And these tools I'm going to give you now. And this is what we work with extensively in the mentee program. And it's amazing the shifts women have in 8 weeks. So, begins with the goddess. Then you want to find a state of flow. You want to live in flow again. You know, remember? Living in the zone, in the flow. No longer it's about being stuck. It's about feeling life flowing through you, calling you, following her without hesitation, without holding back. Being in that space where the future evolves and opens herself up to us. That is the state of flow, and that's why you want to live in your relationship just as well as in your work. And to do that together with another, that's the art that you need to learn. in the healthy romance and relationship triad. And when you get that state of flow with your partner, deep heart connection starts happening. You learn to really receive, to be sensual in a very natural, authentic way, and to have pleasure. I mean, how much time a day do we really set aside for pleasure? Right? Much too little. If you dare, write it down in minutes, and I won't be surprised. This changes when we live in the state of flow, because everything becomes pleasure. Cooking becomes pleasure. Sex, of course, is even more pleasurable from this place. Making out, making love, under the trees, in bed, wherever. From that state of flow, also driving in the car to visit your mother becomes pleasure. So just imagine having that within your own little beautiful family. And coming from that goddess confidence, so that you can really stand for it. That's what I'm seeing for you, and I want you to see for yourself too. And the third tool that we need to use is engaging. It's of course the same word as engagement. We engage as a preparation for marriage. We engage with each other on the path to commitment. We are not separate ships in the night. We engage with each other on all levels, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. And we do that through high quality communication. A communication that is real, that is raw, and that restores integrity. So remember, we're not doing the blaming game. Communication, being real and raw, doesn't mean throw all your shit at them. Absolutely not. It means really owning, radical ownership, owning my feelings and sharing them in the rawness as they are showing themselves to me, without first censoring them, but owning them as coming from me. I am close to you now and I love you, and yet I feel I need to take a step back right now. Many of us find that a really hard message to give, and it's so important we learn that. That's one of the first lessons in engaging, is actually saying no and stepping backward when we feel we need to do that to be in integrity, to restore integrity. And when we do this, there's this huge bounty, that truly fulfilling and safe and nourishing intimacy. Not the intimacy that leaves you lonely when the partner disappears, but the intimacy that leaves you more fulfilled when he needs to go to another place. And hand in hand with that goes vulnerability. Creating such deep engagement that you really feel the other is part of you and you part of the other. And you can depend on it and show everything that you are. No judgments. And then you can finally feel seen and heard on a deep, deep level. So these are the 3 essential tools to keep a relationship healthy and romantic and ever evolving. Engaging, being in that state of flow, and reclaiming your goddess. Now I just want to set that against what you are probably experiencing. So we're going to look at the old triad and the new triad. For in the old triad, there's often many unspoken rules. We don't talk about pain. I don't say no. I don't say anything negative towards you. And along with those unspoken rules goes a lot of guessing. Well, what is actually happening to you if you cannot tell me? Because we have to follow this rule. There's a lot of drama as pain starts to build up and doesn't have an outlet and we don't feel safe. There's a lot of this unsafety, feeling unsupported. And from that place, just a whole bunch of misunderstandings. That's what we were used to, right? And no wonder that we were wondering how we could ever combine that with work. Because this eats at our confidence and at our energy. And just set it against the new relationship, the new triad: engaging, communication, high quality communication, intimacy, vulnerability, seen and heard. Totally different energy. And I want you to see that you can move from the green and the old to the white and the new. And not only on this level, also what I was speaking of, that state of flow with heart connection, receiving, sensuality and pleasure. In the old state, instead of flow, we had stuckness. We were in this relationship that we knew was not good for us. We knew it was addictive. And yet we just stayed and stayed and stayed, hoping or wishing or not daring or blah. Feel it again? We don't want that for ourselves, do we? Not for our sisters, not for ourselves. A stuck relationship goes hand in hand with a lot of hesitation. Oh, I think I need to, but I don't know if. And the mind is always the source behind that. And from that place, we start demanding stuff from our partners. Instead of the receiving of the new triad, in the old one we were demanding, which of course made stuff lots worse. And we got totally dry, our sparkle just went dry on us. And we were most of the time in a state of fear. What need I do to keep him? Is a question that goes along with that old triad. While in the new triad, we're just having pleasure together. Oh, I may receive this pleasure, and I can trust that he wants to be with me. It's such a huge difference. I really, really hope that you're getting it. Give me a yes. Yeah, I see it's not easy, but a few yeses are coming in. Because it's such a shift. And to let that in is what I'm really asking of you here. Because I'm so excited about that. I really see that this new triad is attainable, is accessible, and my mentees are finding it within a matter of weeks or months. So the new triad, the third angle, was the goddess, with confidence, high vibration, embodied and the empowered feminine. The old triad, instead of that goddess on top, has at the bottom a leak of ego needs. Instead of the goddess who just emanates abundance, we have ego needs. I need this or that. I am in lack. I don't have enough. And from that place of being in need, we start not addressing what we need to address because it doesn't just feel good. So we start procrastinating and get even more ego needs. We have anxiety, we have overthinking, and we have the masculine, but then the powerless masculine. We feel powerless. And we're stuck in this way of being that's, we kind of see as masculine, like thinking and planning and solving solutions, which can be very functional. But if you need to build a relationship on that, it's quicksand. It's nothing. And just contrast that again with the goddess and that state of abundance and confidence and that high vibration of trust and positive thinking, being embodied and empowered and in your feminine. So the left green tool set, that was how we built our relationships together, how we wove it all together. These were the threads. And that was not a happy place. And now in the new relationship, the new triad, we have these very different threads. And with that, we weave something that is so happy and connected and fulfilling. So that is what these shifts are about. And here you have specifically, we go more in depth into the tools. And again, in my mentee program, we go in great detail in the tools of reclaiming your goddess, of finding that state of flow and of engaging in high quality communication. And this is an example of one of my mentees Elaine is not her real name, but she preferred to stay private. Wow, is it really happening? Brace yourself. I'm dating a guy. Warm, gentle, caring, respectful, conscious, fun, eager. And I'm able to communicate with him. He can listen to me. He's open-minded. He's serious about us. He's not so straightforward. There is some mystery around him, and he leaves me in my space. And with him, I feel a woman, and I am myself. He's up for adventure. He's able to enjoy life. We can laugh. We can appreciate the unusual things about each other. He turns me on. He stimulates the pleasure in me. And small acts of synchronicity between the two of us are already happening. This was written, believe me or not, 4 weeks into the mentor program. And Elaine was one of those women who in the first week and in her enrollment call was like, I don't think this will work for me. I'm not sure I should do this, Klara. And she was really doubtful. And luckily, I was trusting, and luckily she trusted me too, and she did come in. But, like every week it would come back, this won't work for me, will it? I said, trust, keep doing the work. And she did. She absolutely did. And then only 4 weeks in, on a night out, suddenly there he was with a group of friends. And it was instant love. They're very happy together now. So this is truly what becomes possible with the 4 shifts that we've had so far and with these tools. And that brings me to the last shift, which was for Elaine so important to invest in mentoring. It was because she worked with me that this shift could happen so quickly, and she got access to these shifts and could see, where she got stuck and where she needed help and keep moving forward. I believe everyone should have a mentor. I'm having mentors now from my business side of my work, and it's made such a difference. The clarity, the level of overview that I'm getting there, the precision, all the questions that normally, take up time, take up energy. What do I do? Oh, I need to look this up. Now it's just one question, and within hours or 24 hours, I get something back, and it's like, okay, thank you. That's what I need to do. It's amazing. It keeps me accountable. It keeps me moving. And as I keep moving, it all stays easy. It never becomes difficult. So I want you to really get that, what a mentor means in your quest for what you truly want. So if you want a partner and a family, and you're facing this time limit as you're nearing the 40, a good mentor will make all the difference, will accelerate your process and keep you from giving up. She does that in 2 ways. Reclaiming your power. Whatever happened to you, however bad your last partner was, however bad you were treated in your youth, however uncomfortable you are with your own looks, how do you reclaim your power over that? How do you reclaim your power to get what you want anyhow? Because you have that power. And a mentor knows that because she lives in that place of power. And from that place she can remind you of it with love but sternness. And besides that, a mentor, the way I see it and the way I fulfill it, I also break the process down for you into small doable steps. Because once I have this overview, and here, as I said earlier, my physical background comes in so handy. Now that I have this overview, I can really break it down into small steps, doable steps. But when you're first getting to, look at the whole territory, all these new shifts, and what does that mean, you might easily get overwhelmed and step back. So invest in mentoring. And just as a little test for that, check inside a moment. Close your eyes just a moment. Breathe out. Have you in any way do you feel that you have in any way been empowered in this masterclass? Is there somehow more power in you now, more trust in your ability to create the love life that you want? And if that's a yes, yeah, thank you for letting me know. That's very sweet. Type it in the chat box. Thank you. But if that's a yes, then you know that wouldn't have been here if you had not gifted yourself this hour of being in my masterclass. That's an example of what mentoring does for us. And what the women tell me in my mentor program, they say, we have that not only every day, not only every hour, we feel we have this like every minute. There is so much holding here in many ways. And if you're interested, I can tell you more about that. There is so much holding here that for those 8 months, we feel that all the time we have those small shifts, those doable steps happening. And we just see our lives shifting exponentially. And that man coming actually miraculously dropping out of the sky right in front of where we stand, and we being ready to meet him. So these are the 5 shifts, and I just want to go back with you to the beginning. I promised you that in these 60 minutes I would show you how this is the best moment in your life to start a relationship, and that you can use this masterclass to actually kick off a delicious conscious relationship with an amazing partner. And I trust that now with these 5 shifts, you really see that you can actually do that. You can take them, you can implement them in your life, in your lifestyle, and you will be attracting your man. And this is the best moment because you're now in that goddess. You hear that call of the goddess and you're ready to act upon her. And that makes relationships now so awesome. Another thing I promised you, how to get what you want in love and stop wasting months or years on a man who won't commit. And I truly hope you won't step back into that old triad again. That is over now. I mean, if you really choose to be there, go and do it. But if you don't choose to, you don't have to. With these tools of the healthy romance and relationship triad, you create what you want. Through engagement, through pleasures, through being in that state of flow and holding all that from your goddess energy. And through these shifts and these tools, you create a home of love. And never again do you need to go into addictive or dysfunctional love patterns. Something that I didn't really name here, but what is important, is that in the mentor program, we also look at how do you actually find that man. Some call it dating. I prefer to call it romancing. I think it's much a better word. And, there's really systems in there. Do you want to date online or offline? It's your choice, whatever works for you. But that needs to be included, of course, in a way that fits these whole 5 shifts. Because some of us are really lucky and we don't have to do any active dating or romancing. But for most of us, that's part of the journey. And actually, we learn there a lot to show up according to those new shifts. And I always say, whoever you're dating with, whether you want to be with him for a longer time or not, make it the best date ever for him and for yourself. And when you come from that place, magic happens. So what I also promised you, how to get fulfilling intimacy and heart connection within a sustainable relationship. And create in that way a nest where you can truly and proudly and confidently welcome your kids. Well, I trust that you see how with these shifts and especially the tools of the healthy romance and relationship triad, you can create that. And how to create a relationship with high quality interaction Real, raw, restoring integrity. A relationship is not a place where you lose your integrity, it's a place where you restore your integrity. And we spoke about how you can do that using, again, the healthy romance and relationship triad. And then how to create and sustain a relationship that keeps its sparkles. And that's that state of flow coming in right there. And you can stay there because it, is balanced by the other angles of the triangle. So it keeps being nourished and supported. And because you are in there with an open heart and really taking radical ownership of everything that's happening and in your goddess power. And from that place, flow just keeps happening. You stay in that state of flow, and that's where the sparkles come dancing towards us. And that kind of relationship supports you to live in the place of fulfilling your mission. Absolutely no need to give up on your mission because you want a family. On the contrary, it will so support you to really do what you need to do in life in a way that is sustainable for yourself, that you don't wear yourself out anymore. So we covered a lot of ground. And again, what you need to win, what you need to make all of this that we covered in these 60 minutes happen. First shift, reclaim your goddess. Step into that wider essence of who you are. Shift to return to love. Open your heart again. Be ready to be seen by love, to let the love from your heart flow out, flow towards you, man, so the two of you, the two hearts of you can find each other. Take a radical ownership so that mutual growth and mutual evolution and spiritual evolution within the relationship becomes possible, and you keep growing together. Essential for in our time. We live on growth. We need to grow, and radical ownership is the key. And that healthy romance and relationship triad that I've referred to already a few times now. And when you have those four and you add the mentor, then you are all set and you will win this. And that partner that will be crossing your path 1 or 2 months from now, he will actually be noticing you and you will be noticing him. And something will happen from that state of flow, etc., etc. All the pieces fit together. These are the 5 shifts you need. So, that being said, you have a choice now. You have a choice. Are you going to stay in the old? Are you going to stay stuck there? Or are you going to shift to the new? Before you didn't have a choice because you didn't know how to go to the new. Now you know, now you have a choice. If you stay in the old, now it's a conscious choice. I want that shit for myself. I want to be unhappy. Some people do that. But some people say, hey, what is it that would be in integrity with who I am? Actually, I feel that happiness fits me much better. Wow, I can choose that. So that's the invitation, the possibility that I've opened up for you here. And I want to do even more than that. I want to help you. So I've set aside some time in the coming days to speak to you how you can apply these shifts to your unique situation and really start shifting in your life today. Start shifting today. This is the moment. Now the momentum is here. Now you feel empowered. Don't hesitate. That brings you back into the stuckness. And I do this for free. And this is not for everyone. I don't do this for everyone. It is for free, but I am selective. You must be absolutely committed to manifesting your man now and loving yourself and him fiercely. You must be thrilled to take up a plan that works And that moves you out of the old triad and into the new triad. And you must be thrilled to take up that plan and start investing in it and working with it and investing your time and your money and your heart to really make that plan a reality in your life. I want to work with people who are thrilled about that. And if that's you, then I'm really happy to support you by making this free time for you. And what I also ask is that you're courageous, decisive, and mindful. I don't want to be the one who has to speak to your fear all the time. You speak to your fear and then come and meet me. So this is not, to make it very explicit, this is not for you if you're only seeking a band-aid or a quick fix and you don't want to address the essential shifts. If you just want a few tips, this is not for you. I won't be giving that. This is not for you if you blame others or if you see yourself as a victim. I'm not up to hearing your blaming stories. And this is not for you if you expect that your love life will solve itself. If you believe that, then, just go out and pray and see it happen. But then I have nothing to add. But if you realize that your love life needs you, needs your choice, then I can really support you in that choice. So to be very transparent, why do I do this for you? Why do I offer this for free? Well, for one, I really love to help. The goddess is my big passion, reclaiming the goddess, helping women reclaiming the goddess, my big passion, and I truly believe the world will become a better place. Starting with you, starting with your family, from there flowing into your workspace, into your larger family, flowing into the world, meeting other women's circles. So that's my mission, and that's why I'm here. And I want you to get really clear on love and what is possible for you. And why it's also important to me, you've already been hearing me mention a few times my mentor program. Every month I allow in a few new mentees that I really guide intensively. And I'm very picky about who I let in. And when I get the chance to speak to you and so many other sisters, I get a chance to feel who will fit and who can I invite in this month. And so, if you are on that call and if you feel you really want to work more intensively on this, then I can invite you and you can choose if you can accept that. So that's how it works. And if we actually do work together beyond that first call, I'll put you through that program that's really designed to get you your partner fast, with the maximum pleasure and love. And I'll expect to see you shifting within 1 week. Shifting, first of all, to find a rock star confidence in yourself as the beautiful woman you are, and to claim your goddess. Make a start with really claiming your goddess, getting a sense of what that is about, how that feels in your body within 1 week. And within the next week, I expect you to be shifting even further, especially shifting your existing relationships to be much more meaningful and much more real, so that they become a true place of nourishment for you, for your soul, for all of you. And from that place, after those 2 weeks, you will start dating. Again, online or offline, whatever fits you. And I have really clear, beautiful systems, tips to help you with that. And you will feel so different as you already have these 2 shifts in your pocket. And that will make the whole dating adventure so much fun. Plus you will have us, me and the other women in the program backing you up. So if this is intriguing for you, if you feel you are ready to make that choice and to step out of that old reality and to step into this new reality that is opening up here, if you want to be one of the first, to find that man and to claim him as yours using these shifts, then use me as your mentor. Receive that help that is here for you. And click below. Below the screen, you see this button appear. Spaces are very limited. Sign up now. Don't wait. Don't wait till tomorrow. Now is the momentum. Now is the space. And there's around 100 women here on the call. So I think you can understand how this is something that many of us are really looking for. So either use the link below or copy this into your browser, www.klaraadalena.com/apply, www.klaraadalena.com/apply. And then you see in the browser my application page. First you determine your time zone, and then the calendar shows itself in your time zone. Choose a time and a date that works for you, and that is still available. Don't wait. And then you're set. You're taken to another page where you fill out a few questions, and then within 1 or 2 days we speak personally, and I can really hear what you're dealing with and how you can make these shifts. And if you have any concerns about why this would not be possible for you, and I can tell you it's rarely that it's not possible for you, and I'm happy to look at how this, if you're not seeing that yourself, how I can help you see that. Spaces are very limited. Sign up now. Love is an amazing good. Love is precious. Love colors our days, colors our hearts. At the end of our life, when we look back, it's very rare that people say, I wish I had had more money. Unless it is because of someone they love, they want to leave the money for. But what is often happening is people look back and they say, why didn't I make more time for love? Why didn't I make more time for my friends? Why didn't I actually invest in, when I had that opportunity to really make that love happen? How could I not see that this is what is important in my life? And you don't have to choose between career or love. You can have both of those. But you do need to make a choice between staying stuck in the old reality, what happens when you don't take a step, or taking a step, risking an application, which is free, and, maybe really moving your life. Maybe it is true what I'm telling you here. I mean, I know it's true. But I know in your mind there's still something going on, like, Klara, is this really true? Well, come and find out. Don't allow yourself to be sorry on your deathbed because you didn't find out and you were not able to find and create the love that you wanted in your life. Rumi has this famous quote, your task is not to search for love. Your task is to remove the obstacles that keep you from love. And that's exactly what this session will be about. Breakthrough call, removing the obstacles, seeing how you get into these 5 shifts, thereby realizing the kind of relationship you've always dreamed of. So I really look forward to speaking. I so love this work. And, women are really committed here. And that creates an awesome vibe where we're all truly committed to create that love in the best way for ourselves and our man and our future kids. So give yourself this chance and I will be happy to speak to you. Thank you for joining me. It was a lovely time and I felt the energy of our circle. We're all women together. Yes, thank you for the thank yous. And klaraadalena.com/apply. Give yourself this opportunity if there's still a place. Otherwise, send me an email and I'll see what I can do still for you. For now, thank you again. Bye bye and speak soon.